Hello everyone, myself Professor Awais Ahmed Hussaini, working at Sharjah Institute of Technology, College of Engineering, Adrao, in Mechanical Engineering Department as an Assistant Professor. In this video, we will discuss about the power cycles which is related with the internal combustion engine. I am also thankful to Dr. Vishal Patil sir for helping me for the preparation of these slides. The first part of our discussion is air standard cycle. Types of the cycles are Carnot cycle, Otto cycle, Diesel cycle, Stirling cycle, Ericsson cycle, Duell cycle, Lenore cycle, Atkinson cycle, Breton cycle. Let us start with the Otto cycle. As far as the working of the Otto cycle is to be concerned, when the piston is moving from TDC to BDC, at that time the mixture of air and petrol come inside and it stored on the top side of the piston, and when the piston reached at BDC position, then suction stroke is complete. So here the 0 to 1 indicate the suction stroke. When the piston is start moving from BDC to TDC, at that time whatever the mixture is there, it get compressed at a high pressure, and here the process 1 to 2 represent isentropic process. So it is nothing but isentropic compression process. At the end of the compression stroke, the spark get ignited, tremendous amount of heat is generated because of the combustion process. So the process 2 to 3 indicate constant volume heat addition process. Because of that tremendous amount of heat, it apply the force on the piston and piston suddenly moves downward direction, and here we get the expansion stroke. So the process 3 to 4 represent isentropic process. When the crank is rotates, then piston moves from BDC to TDC. At that time whatever the burnt gases are produced, it thrown away through the exhaust valve to the atmosphere. So this particular process 4-1 represent heat rejection process at constant volume. So in case of the Otto cycle, there are 4 processes. Process 1 to 2 indicates isentropic compression process. Process 2 to 3 indicate constant volume heat supplied. Process 3 to 4 isentropic expansion process. Process 4 to 1 indicate constant volume heat rejection process. So this is a representation on PV and TS plot of Otto cycle. The efficiency of Otto cycle is calculated by work done upon heat supplied. So work done is nothing but the heat supplied minus heat rejection. So the efficiency is calculated by QS minus QR upon QS. So here separately we calculate the heat supplied. Heat supplied takes place at constant volume, hence heat supplied is equal to mCV T3 minus T2, hence mCV delta T, QR mCV T4 minus T1. By putting the values of QS and QR in this particular formula, we will get this particular thing. Also there are process 1-2 and process 3-4. These are the isentropic process. We know that in case of the isentropic process, there is no heat is added, there is no heat is rejection takes place. In case of the isentropic process, heat addition and heat rejection only takes place in case of the constant volume process, in case of the Otto cycle. So here we use the thermal relation T2 by T1 is equal to V1 by V2 raised to gamma minus 1. Similarly, T3 by T4 is equal to V4 by V3 raised to gamma minus 1. But the volume ratio V1 by V2 and V4 by V3 are equal to the compression ratio is supposed to be R. Hence, we can write T2 by T1 is equal to T3 by T4. We can replace this term by putting the values in that standard format. We will get this Otto cycle efficiency is equal to 1 minus T1 by T2 is equal to 1 minus 1 upon, we just put the value of the T2 here, V1 by V2 raised to gamma minus 1, and finally we can get the efficiency of the Otto cycle, which is equal to 1 minus 1 upon R raised to gamma minus 1, where R is the compression ratio, gamma is the isentropic index. The value of that particular isentropic index is 1.4. The next point of our discussion is diesel cycle. This is a PV and TS representation, and this is a working diagram of 4-stroke diesel cycle. There are 4 processes. The process 1-2 indicate isentropic compression process. The process 2-3 indicate constant pressure heat addition process. The process 3-4 indicate isentropic expansion process, and the process 4-1 indicate heat rejection process at constant volume. As far as the working of the 4-stroke diesel cycle is to be concerned, when the piston moves from TDC to BDC position, at that time the air is come inside and it is located on the top side of the piston. When the piston reached at BDC position, the suction stroke is complete. So 0 to 1 indicates suction stroke. When the piston is moves from BDC to TDC at the time of the compression, then whatever the air is get inside during suction stroke, it get compressed at a high pressure. So the process 1-2 represent isentropic compression process. At the end of the compression, because the compression ratio is high, it is approximately 11 to 22 in case of the diesel engine. Then when the fuel get injected through that particular fuel injector through the pump, then automatically ignition takes place, combustion of the fuel takes place, and tremendous amount of the heat is generated at a constant pressure. So the process 2-3 indicate heat addition at constant pressure. This heat create a force on the piston, and piston suddenly moves in downward direction from the TDC to BDC. Hence this particular process is nothing but isentropic expansion process. When the piston is moves from BDC to TDC during exhaust stroke, the suction wall is remains closed, and whatever the burnt gases are there, it get outside through the exhaust wall to the atmosphere during exhaust stroke. So this particular process 4-1 indicate heat rejection at constant volume process. Hence that 0 to 1 indicates suction stroke, 1 to 2 happen in expansion compression stroke. The name of this particular process is isentropic compression process. 2-3 indicate heat addition at constant pressure. 3-4 indicate isentropic expansion process. 4-1 indicate heat rejection at constant volume. So this is the PV and the TS plot of diesel cycle. We know that in case of the diesel cycle, the 4 processes are: first process is isentropic compression, second one is constant pressure heat addition, third process is isentropic expansion process, fourth process is constant volume heat rejection. Heat addition and heat rejection only takes place in case of constant pressure process as well as volume process. Heat addition and heat rejection never takes place in case of the isentropic process. It only takes place in case of the constant volume and constant pressure process in case of the diesel cycle. So here the efficiency of the diesel cycle is calculated by work done upon heat supplied. Again we know that the work done is nothing but the subtraction of QS minus QR. Here with the help of thermal relation we can just put the values of QS and QR. We will get this particular relation. If we consider the isentropic process and we can apply the thermal relation T2 by T1 is equal to V1 by V2 raised to gamma minus 1 here. Similarly for process 2-3 we can use V2 by T2 is equal to V3 by T3. Similarly we can write T3 by T2 is equal to V3 by V2. It is nothing but compression ratio. Hence finally we get T3 is equal to T1 into R raised to gamma minus 1. Considering the process 3-4, again we can apply the thermal relation. At the end we will get T4 is equal to T3 into compression ratio upon gamma raised to gamma minus 1. So finally, at the end of this particular mathematical conversion, we will get the efficiency of the diesel cycle. So this is the formula of efficiency of the diesel cycle. Let us start with the dual cycle. It is just a combination of petrol and diesel cycle. In petrol cycle is works on constant volume process. Diesel cycle is works on constant pressure as well as constant volume process. But here in this particular case, the heat addition takes place both way. First, heat addition takes place at constant volume process, then heat addition takes place at constant pressure process in case of the dual cycle. So as far as the working of that particular dual cycle is to be concerned, in process 0 to 1, here suction takes place. 1 to 2 indicates isentropic compression process. At the end of the compression, again the fuel get injected or spark get ignited and tremendous amount of the heat is produced after combustion process. So heat is addition with the help of constant volume process, so it is represented by 2-3. Also in case of the 3-4, heat is added at constant pressure. Because of tremendous amount of heat generation, it will the force is created and it will act on the piston, and piston suddenly moves down. So here the process 4-5 indicate isentropic expansion process. And finally, in exhaust stroke, whatever the burnt gases are there, it goes out to the atmosphere at this particular stroke. So this particular process represented by 5-1. So there are total 5 processes are there in case of the dual cycle. The first 1-2 indicate isentropic compression, 2-3 constant volume heat addition, 3-4 constant pressure heat addition process, 4-5 indicate isentropic expansion process, 5-1 indicates heat rejection at constant volume process. So this is the representation of the PV and TS of the dual cycle. As far as the fuel air cycle is to be concerned, these are some assumptions of air fuel cycles. The first is there is no change in air or fuel prior to combustion. Just after combustion, charge is always in chemical equilibrium. Cylinder walls are adiabatic, no heat exchange between gases and cylinder walls. Comparison and expansion process are frictionless. No fluid motion inside the cylinder. Fuel is vaporized and completely mixed with air. Combustion takes place instantaneously at the top dead center at constant volume process. These are some important assumptions in the fuel air cycle. These are two important considerations in fuel air cycle. The first is composition of the cylinder gases. Air fuel ratio changes during engine operation. Change in fuel air ratio affect the composition of the gases after combustion, such as CO2, CO, water vapor, etc. Second one is most important one is variable specific heats. The specific heat is generally increased with increase in the temperature. So this is the most important consideration in the air fuel cycle. These are the major laws: variation of the specific heat with temperature, dissociation of the combustion product, progressive combustion, incomplete combustion, heat transfer into wall of the combustion chamber, blow down at the end of exhaust process, gas exchange process. So this is the comparison of the air standard and actual cycle. The working substance being a mixture of the air and fuel vapor or finally atomized liquid fuel in the air combined with the product of the combustion left from the previous cycle, the change in the chemical composition of the working substance, the variation of the specific heat with temperature, the change in the composition, temperature and actual amount of the fresh charge because of the residual gases,